Welcome to the Author Blurb podcast. I'm your host, Eric Maynard. So today we're speaking with Fritz Octave. He writes a book about Haiti. The history is Haiti between pestilence and hope. It's an interesting conversation. And as I always say, I always have good conversations with these authors because they come with so much information. And with Fritz, we discuss about Haiti, about the events that basically shaped and sculpted Haiti, and how he tells it a lot of the American continents. So join us, listen to our conversation, and enjoy it. Hopefully you find that his book will help you if you're looking to learn more about Haiti, or if you're not looking, at least you enjoy the conversation. So again, as always, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy what we talk about. I hope you find that author, if it's Fritz, if it's anyone that's been on the show, and I hope you share information about them, about our show, about what we're doing here so we can keep growing, because we are growing and people are finding those authors that they just can't get enough of. Now, as always, go buy the books because authors love buying the books. I know I love when you buy my books and things like that. It makes a world of a difference for the authors on here. Other than that, enjoy, share, rate the show, do things like that. Go to authorblurb.com where you can find different things like articles that these authors write, their profiles, and all sorts of stuff. You can even buy a cup of coffee there for me because, well, I like your coffee. And it helps me because I do all this out of my pocket, and it's all meant to help authors grow their business, grow their audience to you, so that you can also grow your reading library. And yeah, that's about the gist of it. Other than that, enjoy the show. If you get something out of it, you feel like I'm doing something good for you, do that. Buy me a cup of coffee. I don't ask for much more. You can also do crypto, but that's up to you. Thank you. So I'm here with Fritz Octave, and we're here to speak about his book, Haiti, Between Pestilence and Hope. So, I could obviously try to describe it. Everyone knows that it's always much better for the author themselves of the book to describe a bit about themselves in the book. And it's kind of how I like to start this anymore. So if you don't mind, I'd like to start off with thanking you for being here. The book looks to be a very interesting book, and I'm definitely looking forward to hearing more about it. Can you tell everyone a bit about yourself and about your book so we can start to find out more about you?
First of all, Eric, this is a great pleasure for me to be with you, and I appreciate the opportunity to be on your show. Eh, Myself, as you mentioned it already, my name is Fritznel Octave. Most people go by Fritz to make it easier for them, I guess. I was born and raised in Haiti. I am a journalist myself. By trade and by yeah, formation. So I have a business. I have a communication and a business degree. So when I came to the U.S. Close to 20 years ago, I moved from Haiti to the U.S. So I kind of transitioned from being a reporter in Haiti to the business to the financial world in here. So I worked for quite some time in the insurance industry. So right now my role, I work for a company called American Income Life, which is a big union insurance company in the U.S. And my role right now is more mainly uh, give to provide training to sales agents.
All right.
But then I'm still involved in what's going on in Haiti in terms of social activism. So I work with a couple organization. One of them is an organization called Soleska, which is in Haitian vernacular is Soleska is Soleil l'espoir pour changer Haïti, which is basically the son of hope for change. I'm involved with a few people who are at the university, colleagues, people will work together for certain time. You know, I would say classmates and colleagues at work, etc. Will feel like we're compelled to involve, even though we're not physically living in Haiti, but then depend what's going on the ground and the people suffering and everything, and appeal to all of us to do something to see if we can we can impact life in the country.
All right, so let's go in a bit about your book because your book is set back. It's a historical book set back in 1804, I think I remember it saying. So remind me, is it a fiction or a nonfiction about the time?
It's my book is nonfiction, 100%. I basically my idea is to provide a document that not so much of what people are accustomed to about Haiti. So what I realized that a lot of times from the an outsider perspective, so the information that reach out to people is not necessarily correct, is not necessarily accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, information is so convoluted into, wrap up into different uh, elements, and that's make the essence of what's really happening or what's had happened get lost in between. So the essence of the information get lost because so many interests try to you know present present what the perspective is about what happening, and then so I feel like I'm compelled to write a book where the real story about Haiti is told. So that's why I go back way back before the colonial era,
All right.
in 1492, where Christopher Columbus first landed. So this is the place. This is the place, the island of they call it Hispaniola at the times, and to refer to Little Spain. When Columbus landed, that's basically where I was born and grew up.
All
This
right.
little, around the coastline, close to Cuba, almost St. Nicolas and Bombardopolis, and this the basically the area. So I went far back to that point of time, and then to, briefly analyze what happened, what Christopher Columbus found there. There was a state, there was a government, there's a system that was established. There was a well-developed government in there, but then and then what they did to eliminate that state that existed there, and then to occupy the land, and then brought slavery altogether, and then how we how uh, they come up with this idea of getting African slaves to replace the indigenous people that was there, that they was practically decimated with hard labor, forced labor. They couldn't yellow fever from Europe and all this, everything they brought with them. So eliminated this indigenous people, and then they had to to go to Africa with the triangular commerce to have these African slave replaced these indigenous people to do that hard labor. They couldn't anymore have enough handful. So from that point of time, So around 1700s, late 1600 to the beginning of 1700, all the way up leading to 1804. So all the resistance to that hard slavery system. So they brought the revolution to the island where today we have called Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
So and then so from there we have this so-called liberation where physically there's no slavery because the enslaved people revolted and they reversed course, they overthrew the whole system, so to now become the ruler on the island, but their job was not done because
Okay.
mentally they never get liberated for real. So they damage the slavery system caused, and their brain still remain today.
All right.
So that
So,
that that's why the story kind of anger from tied to history, everything tied to history, social, economic, and politics, and I cover the entire life conditions in Haiti, and then as it relates to history.
all right. Now, with your book, it's covering a lot of history. It sounds like a lot of details.
Mhm.
Where in what perspective is it going from? Is it starting with looking at a specific group? Is it looking at the entire country? Where are you starting it off with? Where are people being led with it to understand the culture and the basis of Haiti as it was back in 1804?
Um, the book covered the entire country, every aspect of the country: social, economic, culture, landscape. You know, the political. Geopolitics. So
Mm-hmm.
Haiti is not in the bubble by itself. It's in the heart of the Caribbean. So we have all these neighbors. We share an island with Dominican Republic. This is the same place. Haiti, Dominican Republic, is one piece of land.
Right.
So and I cover all these details and how that happened. That it's become split. It become two countries.
All
And
right.
at some point, before the colonial era, it was one island. And
Mm-hmm.
then after the colonial era, shortly after the independence, it became one island again. And then at some point, so we split again
Right.
after 1804, and with 1842, 43. So we split again, and it become one side, the western side of the island called Haiti, and then the eastern side called Dominican Republic. So all this is covered, and then every aspect, of what's good in Haiti, because so most of the times in what we heard and from the outside perspective. So what people get fed with, it's what's wrong with Haiti. But no, you barely hear what's good about Haiti. So and then good and bad, ugly, everything's covered in Haiti countries. And in what perspective, how all the problems sometimes they report the problems are real. The situations are real sometimes. But how we get out of it. That's where most of the time we fall short in reporting. I'm talking about in the perspective of a journalist. So mainstream Western media, so most of the time just flood people with reports about Haiti when something is wrong, when
Right.
something is not going well, especially the political situation, and then when or natural disaster, like in 2010 when we have the earthquake. Well,
Mm-hmm.
you would say Port-au-Prince become the capital of the Western world media, but shortly after you heard nothing about it until you have some political violence that arising from the capital city in Port-au-Prince, and then you hear them again. So, but that when they reporting like that, people will think that okay, that's a Haiti. That's all we produce is only violence and tribulations and misery and all this. But then that's not. And there's the other side they never show, and so the book cover all that.
So, okay. Now, so somebody like me, I my understanding of a lot of countries, I understand a little bit here and there,
Hmm.
and my mind's just set on so many other topics that the world history, the world things going on in other worlds, other countries, not other worlds,
Hmm.
other countries are just kind of limited to my knowledge because, well,
Hmm.
there's only so much you can read in a day.
Exactly.
With that, so help me out here and tell me what are some of the good things about Hades that mentions in your book, the culture, social things, just tidbits that people can find in there. Because, like you said, a lot of times when people hear about Hades or even other countries, it's always the government's fighting, there's a natural
Hmm.
disaster.
Hmm.
It's very rare to hear this country is having a great day by having this happen. That's really not what the news media wants to people to hear. They want,
Hmm.
because they say if it bleeds, it leads, and the media's just gone to extremes with that.
Exactly.
So help me understand what are some of the good things about Haiti that people will find in your book, and the things that will help them understand that Haiti is not just, I guess, pestilence, but more of
Hmm.
hope.
Oh, okay. First of all, let's start with history. Let's start with the that revolution
All
that
right.
accomplished in 1804. In our civilization, that hadn't happened anywhere else in the world. For the slavery system, it's a brutal as it was with France, especially
Mm-hmm.
with the Napoleon army. For these enslaved people, find a common ground, find a unity strong enough with the little military background because the colonial system were using them for military um, for needs as well. So they get a lot of training. Some of them get the founding fathers, the army leaders are mainly they have some kind of training from the colonial system itself. But the majority of the soldiers they didn't have any kind of military training, and then for them to find that those strategies to defeat the Napoleon army, the greatest army in that period of time, in that era. So you compare, if you were to compare the Napoleon army and to anything today relating to today, you will say the U.S. Army.
Okay.
Okay, we know that how powerful the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
military is. So that was France at that time, around 1700 to
Okay.
1804. Okay, so they to defeat that and reverse the entire colonial system and then shake the world geopolitics because after they get that we get that independence in 1804, things didn't stop there. Even though they isolated Haiti, all the imperial powers they
Mm-hmm.
isolated Haiti. They didn't want to recognize Haiti as a sister nation, as a free independent country because they're afraid. So because they had slavery wherever they are, all this colonial power, they colonized so many parts of the world. So they didn't want that to affect them. But their bottom line. So
Right.
they isolated Haiti. But even though this story still find a way to reach out and then impact it. U.S.,
Mm-hmm.
Great Britain, Great Britain, Spain, France, Holland, Germany, everywhere. So South America was you basically get help by Haitians revolutionary leaders to liberate them. The Bolivarian movement to Simon Bolivar in Venezuela, Colombia, and in all South America. See, if those movements are spread out, even even in the U.S., so Haitians soldiers have it will help. the U.S. We fought side by side with the U.S. Army in Georgia, and Louisiana. So all that. So they say that part, that political is an army, and so the European armed forces and the Canaan system, therefore get affected by what happened in Haiti. Okay, so that aspect, I feel like it's not told, it's not reported enough. It's not. I mean, it's purposely though.
Right.
Is A lot of people have interest is not to let it known to people to understand that aspect and how the revolution in Haiti affected the world in a positive way for freedom, for liberty, for
Right.
liberation of oppressed people. That's one aspect. The other aspect of Haiti is that Haitian people, a lot of, especially here in the U.S., is I've been living in the U.S. for quite a while. I kind of understand the psychology here. Um, the general psychology in the U.S. is that when you went to Haiti, you see poverty, and you see people trying to flee the country to look for better condition of living outside. So like especially coming here as immigrant because they cannot eat at home. So that's basically the idea. Um, that's spread around so everyone mostly that's the see Haitian. But Haitians, they are great people. They are generous people. They are hard worker. They are resilient. They are good hosts. Okay, so they will welcome everybody. So Haitians will have their best to and reserve for foreigners, for visitors. They will have the best. Everything they have, they possess. They
Hmm.
will keep they will keep their best and reserves for when they have someone visiting, so they can use it. Let's say they have you know the best the best they could put at the on the dining room, so it would be they will be served aside. So
All right.
they everything. So the Haitian will sleep on the floor to give the foreigner their own bed to sleep in. So they're good people. So and then we can witness that to see if you come across them at a workplace, you see how hard they work and how they care about the family and people back home. They need to help from whatever they make here. Even they have high bills here, they still find a way to save something for to send back home as remittance. So um that's one aspect. So the kind of people, the quality in the Haitian people, and then you have the geography, you have the landscape, you have probably the few of the most beautiful beaches in the entire Caribbean. So you find them in Haiti. So a lot of people know about Labadie,
Hmm.
but then under the name of Hispaniola, Labadie Hispaniola. This is a lie. So they don't want you to know it's a Haiti. This is Haiti. So the Haitian government have a contract with World Caribbean, and then they brought tourists. They bring tourists every year, the
Hmm.
by thousands to visit Labadie. But then nothing go to Haiti to help the socioeconomic development. Not even a good highway is not built to link Labadie to the main city that very close, like less than 20 miles away, which is Capitation.
All
Okay,
right.
so you have the beaches, you have the mountain for hiking, you have we have some of the highest mountain peaks in the entire Caribbean. Okay, so we have the valleys, we have so many, we have close to 40 big rivers flowing, streaming into the ocean visibly.
Hmm.
So all these are unique opportunities for development. economic development in Haiti, for agricultural, for electrification, for everything's, hydropowers, everything's you can name it. But it's all it's all about governance. It's all about, thinking about the visions of building a society, a country where we have a level playing field.
All right. So
Is
let's
there
do this.
all this? I cover all of this in the book, all
All
of
right.
it.
So now here's
Yeah.
one thing that I've come to hear repetitively here and there about most books. Most people, and this is one reason I have a habit of asking where a book starts with the fiction authors,
Hmm.
but with nonfiction, it's a little more detailed than just where do we start with.
Hmm.
I've been told by and heard many times that you have to catch somebody's attention within the first 10 to 12 pages of a book.
Hmm.
With your book, where does your book start off with? What does it do to draw the people in? I mean, what do people expect to start off when they first open your book?
Um, they can. I mean, anywhere they open it, I think it will catch their attention. That's my primary goal. I wanted to make sure that when I was writing the book, that I think it in a way that anywhere someone open a page, there will be something that will catch their attention.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my book start with an acknowledgement. Acknowledgement is basically, I want the world to know who I am, and
Mm-hmm.
then who contributed it in myself, how I become who I become today,
All
and
right.
then how grateful I am to those people that I had the privilege to be supported by. So that, I think this is a lesson for everyone, because in Haiti we have politicians back in the 70s who said that, so thankfulness is cowardness.
All right.
So I want to reverse that, and then you can move forward with the book, and to um the preface. The preface is one of a great um philanthropist in the who I come across with, working in Haiti back in the late 1990s. So his name is Jan Voodoo, who's from Holland,
All
from
right.
the Netherlands. So who forward the book, who wrote the preface. So he got a lot of good things to say about his experience in Haiti, and then how things can change, and also how he sees the book. How he sees the importance of the book, and the dynamic, in all the debate ignited for change in the context of Haiti. So also now, and then I have an introduction. The introductions basically set the book up.
Mm-hmm. So what do we start with in chapter one then? Where,
Cha-
because
cha-
chapter one's going to be where most people really
yes,
dig in.
yes. Chapter one is basically, the chapter one's name, title is "The Becoming of a Nation's Soul." The
All
nation's
right.
soul. So that's where basically the whole history of Haiti is. This the whole about the history of Haiti from prior to the colonial era to up to today, 2022. So he's captured everything you need for, and as term of information about Haiti, all the way up to today, 2022.
Okay. And then with your book, is it one that needs should be read from chapter one, chapter two, chapter three, or do you have it set up that you can look in the index and say, I want to learn about this topic or I want to read about this topic? They can skip over to that chapter and still learn about the area.
Yes, even though every chapter is kind of connected, but
Mm-hmm.
they can go to the table of content from the beginning. If you just flip let me look at the table of content, they'll see every chapter. The book is not. I purposely design it for for the reading to be easy, very easy for readers. So that table of content can guide them go exactly to what they want to look at, and then they want to see, they see the title for chapter one. That's what interests them. They go. It will make plenty of sense for them without even read the rest of the book. And then they go the chapter two. Yes, chapter two is about the power of betrayal. So how we as a nation fail
Mm-hmm.
in consolidating the union that created by the founding fathers. So how that transcend to the kind of society we have today. What the psychology behind the whole, failing state. People, reporting about Haiti every day. So this is a failing state. This is a failing. What causes that? And
Right.
then chapter three is the blame game. Chapter four, it's basically the failure of leadership. And then chapter five basically it's waste of how we waste all our resources, human materials, and you know how we don't really manage what we have, and then create improve on them and to create more opportunity for the people. And then you get to chapter six, the missed opportunities. And then chapter seven, which is the how we where we go from there. What is the future for Haiti? And then chapter eight, which is the last chapter. The book is 8 chapters, but then broken into several sections. Each chapter have several multiple sections, but then chapter 8 is the food for thought, which is basically uh, based on what the future can look like, and if we do this or this one. So it's that kind of a roadmap. Chapter 8 is a roadmap for the transformation of the country.
All right.
So any chapter you read, to come back to your question, any chapter you pick yourself, and then it will make plenty of sense. It doesn't necessarily want to read next chapter. If you don't want to, you still get what you need if it's that's what interests you.
All right. What is, I guess, what is the type of person you expect to really dive into your book? Because one big thing about this show is you're going to have a large range of people listening to our discussion. Some people, like for me, I love historical books, but I enjoy them for like the American time, American historical, English, and Irish historical books.
Hmm.
Those usually are the books that catch my attention. I
Hmm.
do enjoy history because I enjoy knowing things. What type of people do you expect? Because not every history buff's going to want to know about Haiti.
Hmm.
Where do you think your book's going to pull people in? What type of people do you think's going to really love your book?
First of all, I think anyone in academia, so anyone that want deeper research
Hmm.
in world history. So a student, a professor, you know, anyone in that in that setting will benefit from my book. If they may not necessarily focus have their focus just on Haiti. They may want to see history as a whole for the world, like the Caribbean and the Latin America, because the book is placed in context of the entire American continent. So
Okay.
Central American. So if you're interested in Latin American and Caribbean history, Central American history, saying socio-economic development, so the book is for you. And then there's another group of people is people who really wants to know more about Haiti. They know a little bit, but then they have very limited knowledge. So people that get bombed with negative reporting about Haiti. So when
Right.
they read the book, they will be able to seize a different perspective. See from an insider, someone who live in a born and raised and live in Haiti for half of my life, and then work in Haiti, work as a journalist for almost a decade, reporting on the ground, and then live in the middle of the people. So they would be able to appreciate that perspective from someone who's native, who really live the story. Okay, and then there's another group of people, is people who maybe you want to go do business in Haiti. Haiti is, if despite all, it is still have great potential for business. They
All
need to
right.
know. They need to know their whereabout. They need to know how, what kind of setting Haiti has, or how the laws. They need to know how the government really see business, how the private sector see business. They have opportunity to see to read my book. Then that will help. And then lastly but not least, the book are just to set of people who want to do philanthropic work in Haiti. They from time to time they go from maybe short-term mission to churches to non some it's the non-religious organization. So they go to do just philanthropic work to minister or help the most vulnerable people. So they need to know really how they do this to make sure that these people they help they genuinely are providing, become beneficial, really beneficial to the people in the context of the culture, their real needs, etc. And then I have Haitians as target because, the country cannot move forward, cannot be moved forward, cannot change without Haitians understanding what that change should look like.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that gives a wide range of people, and it sounds like a very educational. There's just in listening to you describe everything, I have a feeling there's quite a bit more into this that people can draw, get, and be able to expand on.
Mhm.
So I do want to say thank you for being on. I've enjoyed the conversation. Your book sounds like it's going to be, or it is, very important, very helpful to people grow their knowledge about Haiti, which is fantastic to do.
Yeah.
And like I said, I love history, and hopefully other history people will find your book and enjoy it too. Students, professors, business, whatever the area they want. So with that, where other than authorblurb.com, where I have your profile listed and people can find you in the links there, there's links that you've provided me that's here in the show notes. Where do you prefer people to find you if they want to reach out, if they want to discuss something? Where's the best place for them to get in touch with you?
So primarily, I prefer people to reach me through my website. I have
Hmm.
I have a contact form in there. I have, yeah, they can reach me. I have my email listed in there. My website is fritzneloctave.com. So they go to my website. There's a form they can fill to get a hold of me, to get in contact with me, and then I have a chat room. I can be live on that chat room with them, and also I use LinkedIn. So I have my profile set up on there. If someone type in my name, search my name on LinkedIn, they find me there. We can connect there. We can talk. Any question they have, any things and related to Haiti they want to discuss. So I'm wide open, and sometimes I do a little Facebook, but I'm not too a big fan of Facebook, but I'm more LinkedIn, so they find me there easily. And then also, if they they want to see more, like a preview about the book, anything on my website, they get that. They Google the book title, Haiti Between Pestilence and Hope. They find plenty of links. They can go and navigate and get an idea. If they want to order the book, they find it right there. The book is available everywhere books are sold. So
All right.
there's no worry if they wanted to have a copy or they want to have a ebook or they want to have the hardcover, paperback. They all it's available everywhere.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again for being on. Like I said, I do appreciate your book. Sounds very interesting. So with that, we're going to end the conversation for everybody else. So for everybody else, we're saying goodbye to them. But for you and I, we're going to talk a little bit more. So if you can hold on, I do appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you bringing me on. So I enjoy the conversation as well. So we're here.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah,
And go find the other authors that are here. Find that author that you're going to love and you're going to want to share. It's all about the authors, and that's why I'm here. Now, if you enjoy the show, I'd like to ask you to do me a favor. If you think it's worth it, go to the website, authorblurb.com. You can donate money, donate crypto, buy me a cup of coffee, things like that that helps me support keeping the show going. Right now, I don't do anything to try to delay, add, distract you. Everything's out of my pocket, and everything is meant to make authors be able to grow their audience and grow your attention. So, as always, thank you for being here. I hope you come back for the next show. And again, take the time, explore authorblurb.com. There's a lot there that you will be very happy to take the time to enjoy. And as final note, rate, review, shoot me an email through authorblurb.com. That way you can at least let me know what you think. I'm happy to always see reviews and hear what you think. Thank you. Have a good day.